Hi, my name is Cameron Bell. I'm going to present my informative speech over the service learning that I did for two great organizations, FCA out of West Texas A&M and Wildwood Baptist Church out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. In OKC and WT, I'm very privileged to have two great communities and organizations that are willing to give back because I feel like giving back is very, very important. I feel like a lot of people receive and they don't understand the true meaning of giving back, and helping out the community. I wanted to share my knowledge and insight to the youth and everybody else about my time with FCA and Wildwood Baptist Church. And I just wanted to tell you guys about their organization and the goals and purposes and who they work with and the activity that I participated in and also why I chose those two organizations. So first let me tell you about the goals and purposes of FCA and Wildwood Baptist Church. Their main emphasis, their main goal they really emphasized on was bringing people together. I feel like that's very important. Church, bring people together. Make a great bond with people. Become a family. FCA, you meet new people. Fellow Christian athletes. I'm an athlete myself. I get to hear different athletes. Stories. I get to tell my stories. Things like that. Just make great connections with people. Second point, it is get a better connection with God. I feel like FCA, it really gets a better connection with God. We have fun, we do things, with a group, with each other and stuff like that. But when we really talk about God, we really dive in deep. Talk about God. He really talks to us about how Mr. Aaron Hunt, our leader of FCA, he talks to us about you know just having God by our side through everything we do. That no matter what kind of struggle you're in, He's gonna always be there with you. With the church, you go to Sunday service, you go to Wednesday night service, anything like that. You read the Bible, you praise Him with songs, things like that. You all come together. You're laughing, having a great time, learning about Jesus. You know, God really sees all those things. I think the last thing is really being selfless and giving back. I wouldn't say people are selfish, but I feel like a lot of people gotta learn how to be more selfless and giving back. Giving back is a huge. You don't have to do good deeds. You don't have to do the most outrageous stuff to give back to a community. Giving back to community is helping out another family if they're in need with money or food, clothes, shelter, anything like that. FCA, doing good deeds. Helping the elderly, going to nursing homes, things like that can be really good deeds for FCA. Now since I told you a little bit about what the organization does and its purposes and its goals, let me tell you about the activities I participated in. The first activity I participated in was doing cleaning flower beds from garages in the neighborhoods around the school. Really, I did this for FCA, for my church, Wildwood Baptist Church. I cleaned out the Lions Den, which is a small, like this office space where it has small gatherings. I cleaned out the sanctuary where they have, worship services on Sunday. I helped out the pastor a lot during those times. I cleaned out some garages for FCA. Um, I helped out the elderly at the nursing homes. Um, and then for Wildwood Baptist Church, like I said, I just helped out on Sunday. Um, you know, just setting up, greeting people at the door, things like that. Since since I told you about the activities, I just want to, briefly talk about the things, that the organizations are involved with. For instance, my church, Wildwood Baptist Church, they're involved with my old high school, Millwood Public Schools. They help out kids that are in need, with food, money, shelter, things like that. They help them get food, things like that. Um, FCA, they support basketball teams. They support the football team and the basketball team. I think they're boosters. They donate money, so we can have uh, towards our nice uniforms, things like that when we travel, food, all that. And both really work with other local groups that just want to do good deeds and just want to help out and give back to the community. Now, finally, I just want to talk to you about why I chose these organizations. Main thing for me why I chose these organizations was FCA. I was already part of it, going to Monday night services, talking about God, having fun. In my church, I've been going to that church since I was a kid, so that's just why I chose them, and I felt comfortable doing that. I just wanted to give back to my community because I feel like I don't do that enough. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to make an impact on my communities at West Texas and in Oklahoma City. I wanted I wanted to I wanted to bring change to my student body. I wanted to make it feel like, it's cool to give back to the community. Like, it's cool to go volunteer for your church or volunteer for FCA. Some kids might not think that's cool, so I wanted to do that. And my last reasoning why I chose these two is to just tell other kids about it. Like, most kids wouldn't think, like me, an athlete, going out to help in their church or going to help out FCA, like, they wouldn't think I was doing that. So if I'm going out and telling, spreading the word, other people are going to start doing it, and, it's going to cause a chain reaction. Today I just talked about the two organizations that I'm greatly honored to work for. And I hope I gave as much information as I can. And I hope you really enjoyed this. And yes, that's it. That's all I have.